Here's a number that should genuinely unsettle you. The median 401k balance across all Americans right now is just $38,000. Not $380,000, not 380 millions, $38,000. And in the UK, the average pension pot at retirement is around £37,000, enough to generate just £1,480 a year in private retirement income. Think about that. People spend 40 years working, contributing, and trusting a system they barely understand, and retire on what amounts to pocket change. And the terrifying part isn't the number. The terrifying part is that most people have no idea which retirement account they even have, what it actually does for them, or whether they're using it correctly. I'm your Vault Keeper, and today we're cracking open 8 retirement plan types across the US and UK, breaking down exactly how each one works, what it costs you to get wrong, and which one most people sleep on that could be worth hundreds of thousands of Vault coins by the time they retire. Stick around, because the last 2 plans we're covering are the ones almost nobody talks about, and they affect every single person watching this video. Whether you've ever opened a retirement account or not, let's unlock it. Before we go type by type, let's get one thing crystal clear. A retirement plan is not a savings account. It's a tax-advantaged wrapper that the government lets you put your Vault coins inside, specifically so that your money can grow faster than it would in a regular bank account, because it's either taxed less going in, or taxed less coming out, or in some cases, both. The government does this because they want you to fund your own retirement rather than depend entirely on state support. So they sweeten the deal, contribute to approved retirement accounts, and you get tax breaks regular savers don't. That's the entire premise. Now, 8 types, let's go. If you work for a US employer and you have any retirement savings at all, there's a strong chance they're sitting in a 401k. This is the most widely used retirement vehicle in the United States. And it works like this. Every paycheck, a portion of your income goes directly into your 401k before taxes are taken out. That means you're reducing your taxable income today. Right now, while your money grows inside the account tax deferred, you only pay tax when you eventually withdraw the money in retirement. Here's the number that actually matters. 2026 employee contribution limit is $24,530 if you're 50 or older, thanks to catch-up contribution rules introduced under Secure 2.0. SIPP. And here's the part most employees completely ignore: the employer match. Many companies will match a percentage of what you contribute, often 3 to 6% of your salary. If you're not contributing at least enough to capture the full employer match, you are literally leaving free Vault coins on the table every single month. According to Vanguard's How America Saves report, the average 401k balance hit $167,970 at the end of 2025, an all-time high, up 13% year over year. But remember, that's the average, pulled upward by high earners, when median balance across all participants is just $38,176 2000 SIPP. The typical American is nowhere near where they need to be. Here's something a lot of people don't realize. You don't need an employer to start saving for retirement with tax advantages. That's exactly what an IRA is for. IRA stands for Individual Retirement Account. You open it yourself directly with a brokerage like Fidelity, Vanguard, or Charles Schwab. No employer required. A traditional IRA works on the same basic principle as a 401k. Contributions may be tax deductible depending on your income and situation, and your money grows tax deferred until you withdraw it in retirement. The contribution limit is lower than a 401k, $7,000 per year in 2026, or $8,000 if you're 50 or over. But the real power of an IRA is flexibility. You choose your investments, your provider, your strategy. It's your account, fully in your control, even if you change jobs 12 times. Now, here's where it gets genuinely interesting, and where most young earners make the biggest mistake of their entire financial life by waiting too long. A Roth IRA flips the traditional tax model completely on its head. Instead of getting a tax break when you contribute after-tax Vault coins. The payoff: your money grows completely tax-free, and when you withdraw it in retirement, every single dollar, including all the growth, completely, entirely, 100% tax-free. Let that sink in for a second. If you put $7,000 into a Roth IRA at 25 and it grows to $100,000 by the time you retire, you owe zero tax on that $93,000 of growth. Not a penny. The catch, and there is one, is income limits. In 2026, if you earn above $161,000 as a single filer, your ability to contribute directly to a Roth IRA starts phasing out. Above $176,000, you're completely locked out of direct contributions. High earners have workarounds. Look up backdoor Roth IRA if that's you. But for most viewers watching this right now, the Roth IRA is one of the most powerful retirement tools available, and it is criminally underused. Quick check-in, Vault Keeper. We're just past the halfway mark, and the next three types are the ones that cover everyone, including people who've never opened a single retirement account in their life. This part matters. Stay with me. Now, a traditional pension, officially called a defined benefit plan, is the retirement vehicle most people's parents and grandparents had, and the one that's been quietly disappearing for decades. Here's how it works. Your employer promises to pay you a guaranteed monthly income in retirement, calculated by a formula based on your salary and years of service. You contribute during your working years, the employer contributes, and when you retire, regardless of what the stock market does, regardless of recessions, regardless of anything, you receive a fixed, predictable paycheck for the rest of your life. That guarantee is extraordinary. That's also exactly why most private companies have moved away from it. It's expensive, and the risk sits entirely with the employer. Today, defined benefit pensions are most common in government jobs, public sector roles, military service, and older unionized workplaces. If you have one, treat it like the rare financial asset it genuinely is. Here's something that quietly happened to millions of UK workers, and many of them don't even realize it. Since 2012, the UK government has required employers to automatically enroll eligible workers into a workplace pension. You don't sign up. You're just in, unless you actively choose to opt out. 2024. Workplace pension participation had reached 89% of eligible employees, 21.7 million savers, and total annual workplace pension savings hit £149.7 billion, a £49.1 billion real terms increase since auto-enrollment launch site. The minimum total contribution is currently 8% of qualifying earnings, at least 3% from your employer, at least 5% from you. That's the floor, not the ceiling. And here's the critical problem. Pensions and Lifetime Savings Association sets the cost of a moderate retirement at £31,300 a year for a single person in 2026, and a comfortable retirement at 43,100 nights. The minimum contribution rate isn't designed to get you there. It's designed to get you started. If you're only contributing the minimum, you're almost certainly undersaving. If the UK workplace pension is the automatic, employer-controlled version of retirement saving, the SIPP is the version where you take the wheel yourself. SIPP stands for Self-Invested Personal Pension, and the key word is self-invested. Like an IRA in the US, you open a SIPP independently with a provider like Hargreaves Lansdown, Vanguard UK, or AJ Bell. You choose your investments, thousands of funds, individual stocks, ETFs, investment trusts, and you benefit from the same tax relief as a workplace pension. For basic rate taxpayers, that means every 80 you contribute effectively becomes £100 inside the pension because the government tops up your contribution with 20% tax relief automatically. Free trade data from 2025 shows mean average annual SIPP returns of around 9%. With returns exceeding 12% in strong market years. The SIPP is particularly powerful for the self-employed. Only 17% of self-employed UK workers contribute to a personal pension annually, which means millions of freelancers, contractors, and small business owners are building zero retirement safety net for themselves, despite the fact that the same tax relief is available to them. And here are the final two, and this is the one I promised you at the start. These are the plans that cover every single person watching, whether you've ever touched a retirement account in your life or not. In the United States, Social Security is a federal program funded by payroll taxes throughout your working career. When you reach retirement age, currently 67 for full benefits, you receive a monthly payment based on your 35 highest earning years of work. The average Social Security retirement benefit in 2026 is approximately $1,976 per month, or about $23,712 per year after the 2.5% COLA adjustment. The maximum benefit for someone claiming at full retirement age with a full career at the earnings cap is $4,018 per month. Cite. Here's the crucial point. Social Security alone is not designed to be your entire retirement income. It was built to be a foundation, roughly 40% of pre-retirement income for the average earner. The gap between that and a comfortable life is what your 401k IRA or Roth is supposed to fill. In the UK, the equivalent is the state pension from April 2026. The full new state pension rises to $241.30 per week, roughly $12,547 a year, following the 4.8% triple lock increase. To qualify for the full amount, you need 35 qualifying years of national insurance contributions. Fewer years means a proportionally reduced payment. And here's the reality check on both sides of the Atlantic. 1. The gap between the median UK pension pot for those approaching retirement, around £107,000, and what's needed for even a moderate retirement, roughly £495,000, is approximately £388,000. That's not a small gap, that's a chasm. And the only way to close it is to start earlier, contribute more, and understand exactly which vehicles you're using and why. Here's the big picture. Vault Keeper. These 8 retirement plans aren't competing with each other. They're designed to stack. At the base is the government floor, Social Security in the US. State pension in the UK. Above that sits your employer-sponsored plan, 401k, workplace pension, or defined benefit plan if you're lucky enough to have one. Above that is your personal savings layer, IRA, Roth IRA, or SIPP. The higher up the pyramid you build, the more comfortable and secure your retirement becomes. The most powerful move for most people is simple. First, always capture the full employer match on your 401k or workplace pension. That's free money and there's no argument against it. Second, if you're eligible, open a Roth IRA or SIP on the side and contribute whatever you can early and consistently. Third, understand what Social Security or state pension will realistically provide you, because planning around a number you don't know is how people get blindsided. So here's the truth about retirement. The people who end up comfortable didn't necessarily earn more. They just started earlier, understood their options, and stopped treating retirement as something they'd figure out later. 401k, Traditional IRA, Roth IRA, defined benefit pension, UK workplace pension, SIP, Social Security, state pension, 8 different vehicles, 1 destination. The plan you use matters less than the habit of actually using one. If this unlocked something for you today, drop a comment below telling me which plan you're currently using or which one you didn't know existed before this video. I read every single one. Hit subscribe every Monday and Thursday. We crack open a new financial system together, one vault at a time. Stay sharp, stay secured. I'll see you inside the next vault.